Good day, everyone. Our topic is all about ions and charges from Module 3, Quarter 2. In Lesson 1 of your module, you learned that ions are formed when an atom loses or gains electron. Atoms need to lose or gain electrons in order to become stable. But how do atoms become stable? Atoms will become stable when their outermost shell or valence shell contains 8 electrons, which satisfies the octet rule. To better understand, let us have element argon as an example. This is the outermost shell or valence shell. As you can see, there are 8 electrons present in the outermost shell of argon. From the given example, can we consider argon as a stable element? If your answer is yes, you are right, because according to the octet rule, once an atom or an element has 8 electrons in its valence shell, it is considered as stable. We have here cations and anions. Cations are atoms that lose an electron in its outermost shell, thus it will carry a positive charge. Why positive charge? If you still remember, in a neutral atom, the number of proton is also equal to the number of electron. Since cations lose electron which is negatively charged, there will be more protons which are positively charged than electrons. Thus, cations carry positive charge. On the other hand, anions are atoms that gain electrons in its outermost shell. Anions carry negative charge because when an atom gains electron, there will be more electrons which is negatively charged than protons. Just remember ClP and AgN. Cations lose electrons and will carry positive charge. Anions gain electrons and will carry negative charge. But do you know how they obtain the number of their charges? You will soon find out. These are the lesson objectives. You can pause the video to read each thoroughly. Now, let us label the numbered parts of the periodic table. We have here noble gases, group, metals, period, and nonmetals. Number 1 is called the period. Number 2 is the group. Number 3 are the noble gases. Number 4 are metals, and number 5 are nonmetals. Familiarizing these parts of the periodic table will help you as we go through our discussion. Group number in the periodic table gives us the number of valence electron in its outermost energy shell. Noble gases are stable elements because they don't have to lose or gain electrons in order to satisfy the octet rule. We have 8 groups in the periodic table as you can see on the slide. Always remember that the group number is also equal to the number of valence electron or the electrons found on the outermost shell of an atom. Let us have sodium and magnesium as examples. The number of electrons in the outermost energy shell of sodium is 1. Thus, the group number where it belongs is also 1. On the other hand, the number of electrons in the outermost energy shell of magnesium is 2. So, the group number where it belongs is also 2. As you can see, sodium belongs to group 1, while magnesium belongs to group 2, meaning group number is really equivalent to the number of valence electrons. Group 8 are noble gases which are already stable because they have 8 valence electrons which satisfies the octet rule. Based from the periodic table, determine the group number of the elements enumerated. It is very easy because you will just look what group does an element belongs. You can use a printed periodic table, or you may also download a periodic table application in your phone or computer. Number 1, O or oxygen belongs to group 6. Number 2, F or fluorine belongs to group 7. Number 3, P or phosphorus belongs to group 5. Number 4, Ba or barium belongs to group 2, and number 5, C or carbon belongs to group 4. This time, use the periodic table to give the valence electron of the given atom. Number 1, P or phosphorus has 5 valence electron because it is located in group 5. Again, the group number is equivalent to the number of valence electron. Number 2, Cl or chlorine has 7 valence electrons. Number 3, K or potassium has 1 valence electron. Number 4, Ca or calcium has 2 valence electrons. And number 5, S or sulfur has 6 valence electrons. I hope it is clear to you. The valence electron gives us the number of electrons that an atom may lose or gain. An atom that loses or gains electron will become positively or negatively charged and becomes an ion. Just like what I discussed a while ago, ClP and AgN. Cations lose and pass positive charges, and anions gain and will carry negative charges. As you studied in Lesson 1, in general, metals will lose electrons to become a positive cation, and non-metals will gain electrons to become a negative anion, meaning metals lose while non-metals gain. Take a look at these examples. Write the name and symbol of the ion formed when number 1. A chlorine atom gains 1 electron. Since it gains electron, what would be the charge? Yes, it is negative. So the answer is Cl negative. Next, number 2. An aluminum atom loses 3 electrons, so it will be written like this. Why positive charge? Again, it is because the atom loses electron. If you are going to look at superscripts of sample 1 and 2, number 1, it gains 1 electron. Always remember that when an atom gains or loses only 1 electron, you don't need to write 1 as a superscript because it is already understood. While when an atom gains or loses 2 or more electrons, you need to write the number as the superscript, just like sample number 2. Last example, a bromine atom gains 1 electron. Since it gains electron, the charge is negative. It doesn't have a superscript because it only gains 1 electron. I hope it helps you to answer the given activity in your module. This time, you are going to write ion formula of each atom. Number 1 is nitrogen. So the answer would be N3 negative. How does it happen? Take a look at the periodic table. Nitrogen is a non-metal element. Do you think it will gain or lose electron? As what I discussed earlier, since it is a non-metal element, nitrogen will gain electron. So the charge is negative. How many electrons needed for the nitrogen atom to become stable? As you know, atom will become stable if it has 8 valence electrons. Since nitrogen belongs to group 5, meaning it already has 5 valence electrons. Because again, group number is also equal to the number of valence electron. The question is, how many electrons are needed to be gained by the nitrogen atom to become 8 or become stable? Yes, you are right. 3 electrons are needed. That is why 3 is written as a superscript. Is that clear? Okay, next, number 2 is beryllium. The ion formula is Be2 positive. In the periodic table, beryllium is a metal element, meaning it will lose electron. So again, when an atom loses electron, the charge is positive. Why 2 as a superscript? It is because beryllium belongs to group 2 in the periodic table, meaning it has the tendency to lose 2 valence electron, so we write 2 as the superscript. This time, let us see if you already understand our discussion. Direction. Supply what is asked in each column. The first number is done for you. Number 1 is bromine. The symbol of bromine is Br. The group number is 7. The number of valence electron is also 7, and the ion formula is Br negative. Since it is a non-metal element, it will gain electrons, so the charge is negative. Bromine will gain 1 electron to become stable, but you do not need to write 1 as a superscript because it is already understood. Here is the bromine. It belongs to group 7, so the number of valence electron is also 7. Now, let us try magnesium. Mg is the symbol. The group number is... the group number is 2. So, the number of valence electron is also 2. The ion formula is Mg2 positive. Why Mg2 positive? It is because magnesium is a metal element. A metal element loses electron. Once it loses electron, the charge is positive. The superscript is 2 because magnesium needs to lose 2 electrons in its outermost shell to become stable. I hope these examples will help you a lot in answering the activity in your modules. Thank you for listening.